Today I'm a little bit more prepared. But with that said, give me a second. We're going to do one of these. Turn that to 0. Because I'm just going to hop over to my reacts. Boom. Look at this. Look, we have it right here. I found it. All right. So this isn't the first time I'm actually watching it. I saw the last 20 minutes in Chinese. I did not understand most of anything. Sid's got a lot of news. And also, we'll probably have some Stellar Jades to collect together. So if you haven't seen it yet either, yeah, collect those before they expire. But let's finally react to the version 1.1 special program, Galactic Roaming for Honkai Star Rail.
In the last few days, our team has received some incredible intel from an anonymous source. A mysterious Stellaron burst has occurred aboard the Xianzhou La Fu. Today, we're lucky to have with us in the studio the La Fu Skyfaring Helm Master Madame Yukong, as well as Mr. La Cha, a traveling merchant currently staying on the ship. Madame Yukong, what's the latest on the La Fu situation?
Well, for the most part, the Stellaron crisis has been brought under control. We've evacuated affected areas, and life has returned to normal in the safe zones.
I see. Mr. La Cha, I hear you experienced the crisis firsthand. What was it like on the ground?
Well, I was trapped in the Law Fu's Cloudford Harbor at first. It was only thanks to the Cloud Knights and a fortuitous encounter with kindly strangers that I was able to escape unharmed.
That's the Xianzhou Alliance. I knew you guys had everything under control.
I should mention that over the course of this crisis, we've witnessed a lot of suspicious activity. We believe the infamous Stellaron hunters are responsible. We now have 2 suspects in our custody, Blade and Kafka. Unfortunately, their accomplice is still on the loose.
Oh, you're talking about the hacker girl, right? Silverwolf? I heard she infiltrated the Xianzhou systems. They say she leaves behind a calling card.
Like this one?
Exactly, just like...
Your fake ID info's ready. This place is different from the rest of the space station. We're on Genius Society turf. Alright, let's get going. We have to move quickly. Not what we're looking for. It's a bait signal.
You can challenge the space station. But challenge me? Good luck.
Welcome to Billabong's History and Culture Museum.
Okay.
As you can see, the interior looks brand new.
I've seen a little bit of this.
We're in a bit of a bind. Our exhibit was stolen.
Someone steal an exhibit. Look, what are you doing?
Let me take a look. So these are the suspects.
Let's settle this. Enough talk. Have at it!
So, dang, the music's really good. What the heck?
Never let your guard down in front of your enemy. And now, young man, allow me to give you a dignified end.
I don't know what's going on already. Hey, we got our first redemption code. All right, let me copy this one down for myself. Okay, guys, give me a second. Don't mind me. I'm not just going back into my thing. C T P T G X A L U F. Oh wait, it's not. There's something. ZTPTM TX8 only F. Oh, that's an N. Okay. All right. It's like completely unnecessary for this to be like a live 2D screen, but it looked good. Oh. We got smooth jazz. Let's go. Okay.
Woo! And whether or not your world has a day-night cycle.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. So we have Luocha, but I think the Bilibili stream only had Jingyun, right? So I guess like I heard there was like an earthquake or something. I'm not sure where exactly, but so I heard there was like a natural disaster that caused the delay for this stream, which which happens, and hope no one got hurt. But hey, we get Luocha in ours, so I guess this would be like the formal English VA of Auto, right?
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
Good morning, good
As
afternoon, good
always,
evening.
It's your host and good buddy Albert. Welcome to the Honkai Star Rail
I have not watched the
version
1.01, so I'm not sure who
Galactic
Albert
Romance
is.
Special program.
Hello, good to be here.
Yay.
Today, we've invited 3 special guests to be with us on the program. Introducing
Hi guys, my name's Melissa Fun, and I voice Silverwolf.
Hey folks, my name's Craig Lee Thomas, and I voice Luocha.
Hi everyone, I'm Dawn M. Bennett, and I voice Yukong.
pleasure to have you with us. And now, without
How
further
expressive the
let's get straight into
chibis
Honkai
are.
Star Rail version 1.1. What's new, Chris?
Well,
Just
judging from
look
the
up.
trailer we just saw, it looks like all 3 areas got some updates. Herta Space Station, Belobog, and the Xianzhou Lafu.
Okay.
I don't know if you noticed, but Silverwolf got the first bit of screen time. Just saying.
Speaking of Silverwolf, I hear our notorious Stellaron Hunter is planning another visit to Genius Society territory soon. Let's take a close look at this little troublemaker.
Yeah.
That's her skilling missing. That's obviously her ultimate. We've seen this already.
Now, if I'm not mistaken,
Quantum
the first
nihility.
time we saw this mysterious girl was back at the start of the story.
That's right. It's hard to keep an air of mystery when you're the first one on the scene, but...
I think she couldn't have timed it better.
I think you couldn't have timed that better.
So, what role does Silverwolf have within the Stellaron Hunters?
She's a super hacker, essentially.
Be on my account,
Lots
hopefully.
of technical know-how.
Also voicing
You've
Melissa
got a hack,
Fun, which I think is
she's
really
got
cool.
your back.
It's kind of scary how good she is.
Yeah.
Hacking the surveillance system on Herta Space Station?
I'm
Not
assuming she
easy.
also voices
That's how she
Sopronia,
located
right?
the Stellaron.
Let's not forget the Xianzhou. She hacked into the Laofu's systems and guided the Astral Express crew onto the ship.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys know that this is all pretty illegal, right?
Yeah.
Good old
I guess
banter.
what we're trying to say is Silverwolf is capable of breaking through any and all defense systems. That's why she's useful to the Stellaron
That's why
hunters.
I'm gonna pull her. I mean, what?
see.
Because she's a stellar hunter? What?
What's with all the gaming paraphernalia?
Oh, I've been meaning to ask that too. A console here, controller buttons there. It's a vibe.
Well, this probably won't come as a surprise to anyone, but she's a gamer. In fact, she sees the universe as a game in itself, and she's playing to win. She actually uses a lot of gamer slang in conversation. Not everyone picks up on it, though.
Got it. So it's fair to say she's kind of a nerd?
You could say that. She's also not great at socializing.
Really? Huh. She always struck me as pretty outgoing.
I guess she does have a lot of friends.
Hold up a second. She's an outgoing nerd with poor social skills and a lot of friends.
Sounds like an
That's
intro
quite
that
the
got adopted by an
If you
extrovert.
struggle to make friends, why not create your own?
Melissa, you're talking about imaginary friends, right? I'm not sure that counts.
Oh. Okay, let me explain. I'm talking about the AI modules in her weapons. See these little guys on her character artwork? That's friend. There's devil. This one over here is white collar. Oh, and
Oh,
this
wow, they're all
one's
named?
servant.
Oh, they're so cute.
Yeah, they're pretty adorable. When Silverwolf talks about her team of professionals, she's talking about these guys.
So she created her own AI modules.
Since
That's
when
pretty
did AI become
talented.
so adorable? Clearly, we're making
Also,
it
one of them
real
looks
easy
like
for
a
the machine to take
hero warrior. One of them looks like a spellcaster.
It's
One's a
thanks to
FPS
Silverwolf's
player.
hacking skills that she's been able to forge such a fearsome reputation at such a young age.
One has a
Take a look at his
flashlight,
strength.
and another one
Wow.
has a rifle too.
Silverwolf is a quantum-type character following the path of nihility. She can apply different debuffs to enemies to improve her allies' combat superiority.
She
In
could do
particular, her
entanglement.
skill can inflict a weakness on enemies. The weakness she inflicts matches a random ally's attack type.
Which is to say that even if nobody on her team has an attack type which matches an enemy's weakness, Silverwolf can create a weakness that will correspond to an ally's existing strength.
Exactly.
Will said that
In
she might be
addition,
really good for
every one of
mono teams in the
Silverwolf's
future.
attacks has a chance of inflicting the
Potentially.
enemy with a random bug. There are three kinds
Oh.
of bugs, which reduce the enemy's attack, defense, and speed, respectively.
That's a normal
And
attack.
outside of combat, Silverwolf can use her technique to attack an enemy and enter battle. Regardless of enemy weakness, she deals damage to all enemies and reduces their toughness.
If Silverwolf breaks an enemy's weakness with her technique, it triggers the quantum weakness break effect, right?
Yes, that's right. What else was I going to mention?
That's actually really
oh,
interesting.
Her ultimate. Silverwolf's ultimate has a high chance of reducing the enemy's defense in addition to dealing damage.
I love that animation. It's like something out of a rhythm game, right? See, I'm starting to see what
Yeah,
you
right,
mean
yeah,
by the
DJ
universe
Max.
being a game to her.
It doesn't stop there either. Did I mention her ability names? There's System Warning, Allow Changes, Awaiting System Response, Force Quit Program. Oh, you get the picture.
Yeah. Was there one called a 10-set guarantee? Or how about single ward miracle?
That's what we need.
Sadly not. Her ultimate's called User Banned, though.
Oh, it's a band hammer.
Oh,
Yes,
know
I
what that
remember that.
means. Banned out of existence. Yeah, I guess the scary ultimate needs a scary name. Well, it's time to move on to the Xianzhou's mysterious visitor. Lucha, the traveling merchant.
We get to hear from him firsthand. This could probably make me want to pull for him. It's hard to be free to play, guys. So he is an abundance character, which means he's a healer, and he's imaginary.
Straight off the bat, man knows how to dress. Elegant look, gentlemanly demeanor, but they say he's hiding a secret. What do you think? Good guy or villain?
He seems very suspicious.
Really? How so?
Well, imagine some guy waltzes into your hometown dressed like an aristocrat from another planet, but he knows all the local customs. You'd be a little taken aback, right?
Hey, I think you're being a little hard on the guy. Some tourists do their research.
That is true.
Well, don't you think his healing abilities are a little mysterious? They came in pretty handy during the Stellaron crisis.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm a traveler merchant, I'm gonna want some first aid skills under my belt.
Exactly.
It's a dangerous career.
Career, huh? Are you sure that's how he makes a living? We haven't seen him trade a single thing.
Well, I feel like this guy already made his fortune. Maybe traveling merchant is just what super rich tourists like to tell people.
Jeez, you guys have an answer for everything. Is this the Lacha fan club or something?
Yes.
Ooh.
Start one.
Yeah.
Well, what about the coffin he carries around with him? Nothing out of the ordinary there, right?
Ooh, do we get hints on what's in the
Yeah,
coffin?
you got me there.
Yeah, that's suspicious.
I'm not so sure. Everyone needs a conversation starter, right? Especially traveling merchants. Think about it. If you walk past this guy, the coffin's gonna draw your attention, right? You'll probably ask him about it, and before you know it, he sold you a new set of shower curtain rings.
Oh no,
You know
not the new
something?
shower curtain
That
rings.
kind of makes sense.
Pretty smart.
I see.
And if you find people are in need of a few shower curtain rings, I happen upon the finest collection of authentic Xianzhou bathroomware. Beautiful stuff. Low prices, too.
Touching the original question here. Is Lacha a good guy or villain?
This is a big
I don't
question.
think we have enough information.
He has a character
Alright.
story though.
Yes, all you
He might be a
trailblazers
neutral.
have to make up your own minds. So, why don't we take a look at his ability?
Ooh, now we're talking. Lacha is an imaginary type character following the path of abundance.
Two very
For a
rare
man with
types in the
medical
game for now.
knowledge, it's not surprising that he's strong on protection. He can offer healing too and dispel debuffs from his allies. For example, Lacha's skill can restore an ally's HP. When the HP of any ally falls below a certain percentage, Lacha uses his skill on them without consuming any skill points. This effect can be triggered again after a set number of turns.
Okay.
Emergency healing, huh?
I like that because
Work
like
for
it's
team
not like you
survival?
don't need you don't need healing
After
all the time.
unlocking a special trace, using Lacha's skill also dispels a debuff from an ally.
Huh.
Using Lacha's ultimate, Death Wish, dispels one buff from and deals imaginary damage to all enemies.
That's
In
actually
other
really good.
words, if you've got an enemy that's always buffing themselves or debuffing your allies, Lacha has an important role to play.
Precisely. And here's something else. Every time Lacha uses his skill or ultimate, he grants himself one stack of Abyss Flower. Now, when the Abyss Flower reaches a certain number of stacks, Lacha deploys a field against the enemy which lasts for a set number of turns. When the field is active, allies recover a set amount of HP whenever they make an attack. And that's not all. After unlocking a special trace, attacks against enemies in the field can restore ally HP.
Cool. It's like a force field of healing.
During
pretty
exploration,
interesting.
when Lacha uses his technique, Mercy of a Fool, his field will be immediately generated at the start of the next battle.
Sheesh. Mr. Lacha. Mysterious origins and extraordinary skills.
There's more than that, right, Yukong? So you see a little bit of Yukong's gameplay. Obviously, you don't fully know what she does, but apparently she's a really good, versatile, like all buffer.
There's somebody else here we gotta get to. I'm talking about the elegant, sky-faring Hellmaster, Madame Yukong.
About time, too! Well, from commerce, cargo, passengers, all the way through to the Air Force, the Skyfaring Commission is in charge of all matters relating to flight. Yukong is the head of that commission, so the above falls right under her remit.
Nice. Speaking of flight, it seems like star skiffs are the most emblematic means of transportation on the Xianzhou.
Yeah, they're a common sight in the Xianzhou skies. Yukong can fly them, right?
I'd say she's pretty handy with a star skiff. When she was young, it was Yukong's flying skills that saw her promoted by the general. That's how she joined the Skyfaring Commission. She soon became an ace among the other pilots.
Huh? That's not the story I heard.
All right, you got me. Here's the director's cut. Yukong ran 6 red lights in a row. She was dragged straight in front of the general and...
I get the picture. Sometimes rebels get noticed.
You're only young once.
6 red lights, huh? Disclaimer, trailblazers, don't try that at home. Well, her rebellious streak might be a thing of the past, but she's still as sharp as ever. Dawn, give us the lowdown.
Coming right up. Yukong is an imaginary type character following the path of harmony. Her skill Emboldening Salvo grants her 2 stacks of Roaring Bowstrings. When Roaring Bowstrings is active, the attack of all allies increases.
Oh, that's
Yukong
good.
loses 1 stack of Roaring Bowstrings with every allied turn.
In
Okay.
other words, Yukong's skill can increase allies' attack for 2 turns.
You got it. During exploration, using Yukong's technique increases her movement speed for a set
She
time.
fast.
It also allows her to obtain 2 stacks of Roaring Bowstrings at the start of the next battle.
Ooh, sounds like a good recipe for shaking off enemy pursuers.
Using Yukong's basic attack triggers her talent 7 layers, 1 arrow, which deals additional damage and increases the toughness reducing damage of the current attack. This effect can be triggered again after a set number of turns.
Ah.
When Yukong unleashes her ultimate, Diving Kestrel, she deals imaginary damage to a single target. If Roaring Bowstrings is active, its effect is enhanced, increasing the crit rate and crit damage of all allies. Her days on the front lines
Ooh.
may be over, but Yukong's skills didn't go anywhere.
It's pretty interesting.
Maybe one day
So you could
we'll get
use
to see
skill
her
alt
take
with
flight
her.
once again.
Ooh, here's hoping.
Man, we're really spoiled for choice with these characters, huh? Still, let's not forget what else we've got coming up. In version 1.1,
That's cool.
we'll be welcoming 2 brand new light cones to the warp. First up, Incessant Rain.
Bubblegum in the rain, huh? That's a mood.
The Silverwolf energy is strong in this one.
You got that right. Someone don't want to tidy the room?
So true. She's like, I told you, Kafka. I'm gonna tidy it as soon as version 1.1 finishes downloading.
Sure. The second light cone is the Path of Abundances, Echoes of the Coffin. See, it looks like a snapshot of Lacha talking to the coffin?
Wow, looks like some kind of thorny vines are emerging from beneath the lid.
What's in
So many
there?
Questions. I get a sense of mystery and elegance, but there's also
I want to
a
see
kind
that
of
in game
tenderness and
because,
fragility
like,
here. Don't you think?
want to see
Well,
like what the
one
lore
thing's
is
for
about
sure.
it.
If people weren't curious about Lacha's coffin yet, they are now.
Just a
Especially with,
man and
like,
his ornately
who is-
decorated vine-producing
is,
coffin. Nothing to
um,
see here, folks.
Whatever
Especially
you
who
say,
his
Chris.
inspiration
Check
is
this out.
from
During
Honkai
the
Impact
first
3rd.
phase of version 1.1 in the character war,
Okay, we've seen this
Contract
one.
Zero,
I was
true
slightly
players can
disappointed
obtain the
seeing the
limited
4-star
5-star
lineup on
character
this
Silverwolf.
because,
There's
like,
the
I'm
same
like,
phase in
I
the
don't
light cone event
need
war.
more
The drop rate of
Eidolons
the
for
5-star
any of
light
these
cone
characters.
Incessant Rain will be boosted. Now during the second phase
And I
of
don't go
version
for the light
1.1
cone
in the
normally.
character warp Lake Pursuit, Trailblazers
Look how
can obtain
good
the limited
Lake
5-star
Pursuit's
character Logshot and the
4-star
4-star
lineup
character
is because you get the
Yukong.
new Yukong.
During the same
earlier.
phase, in the light cone event
Because
warp,
apparently
the
you get a
drop
free
rate
Yukong
of the
at version
5-star
1.2.
light cone Echoes of the Coffin will be boosted. I almost forgot to mention. When version 1.2 rolls around,
Yeah, this is what I heard about.
Trailblazers can take part in an in-game event to obtain the 4-star character
Yep.
Yukong for free.
So if we wait a
Details for this
version,
event will be announced through official channels in the not too distant future.
I like that.
Nice.
Ooh, awesome.
It's like
Let's take
I
a
wish it
break for a
wasn't
minute
like an
here,
event, but
when we get back, we'll be talking version 1.1 events.
okay. Give me a second, guys. I'm going back to my game real quick. Redemption code 886 T6 LBF Q43. Don't worry, guys. We're just So those are like really the character stuff. That's a matter of if we get them or if we can't get them. I mean, like, you know, I'm essentially all in on Silverwolf as pulling her character. Which I'm not sold on. If I get Silverwolf super early, I might consider pulling on the second bearer so I can get some imaginary characters. But otherwise, my focus are to get the Stellaron Hunters. So, like, for me, I want Silverwolf, I want Kafka, I want Blade. It's a very simple lineup of characters I want that are coming out. And, you know, like, as more healers get introduced, I guess, like, the current healers value can decrease. Luotia might have some staying power in the sense that he can debuff allies and
Welcome back,
buff allies
Trailblazers.
and debuff
New characters
enemies.
and light cones aside,
But we'll
version
see if that's
1.1
actually useful or
has
not.
Lots of events and gameplay updates. And a little bird told
So
me
yeah, I didn't
that
understand
they
what was
connected
happening.
to Silverwolf on the way.
I did see this.
Mhm. I heard the same thing. At the start of the story, Kafka and Silverwolf invaded Herta's space station. Kafka's mission was to awaken the Trailblazer. Silverwolf's mission was to help Kafka infiltrate the space station systems and locate the hidden Stellaron. But that wasn't enough for Silverwolf.
I can
And
believe
it's me.
that. She's been on the IPC's wanted list for as long as I can remember.
During the invasion, she left behind some kind of digital graffiti. Just her way of letting everyone know Silverwolf was here.
Way to rub it in their faces, Silverwolf. Still, artists need an outlet.
This all sounds like classic Silverwolf energy to me.
Oh, I forgot to tell you guys the name of her homeworld. Punk Lord. Kind of fitting, don't you think?
That's a very interesting name for a
Certainly.
homeworld.
No
I wonder if
way.
we'll ever
Afraid
visit it.
so. I think she was destined for this kind of behavior. Anyway, in the Star Hunt game event, the Trailblazers receive an invite from the space station's network security engineer, Leonard. They have to help Leonard locate the digital graffiti hidden across the station and uncover the secrets inside.
Wait, there are secrets hidden inside the graffiti?
That's
But
what a
if it's all
calling card's
digital-
like, right?
Oh, I bet you need to hack into it or something.
You might be right. We also get to meet a new Genius Society member.
Yup.
One of Madame Herta's collaborators, Screwlum. He'll be helping the Trailblazers too.
He's like number
Boy.
5, right?
Haven't we seen Screwlum before somewhere?
I think we saw a hologram portrait of him in Herta's office.
Yeah.
He's a robot, right?
A robot genius
He's like the
society
first
member.
robot Genius Society
Interesting.
member.
I bet he's got a few hacker skills up his sleeve. If he's helping us out too, I'm sure we'll be fine.
You know what I found out? Silverwolf and Screwlum actually faced off against each other once. You can see a snapshot of their fight in the We Will Meet Again light cone.
Whoa. Okay, Screwlum, looking kind of handsome there.
I wonder if
Geez,
Screwlum's
his
gonna be playable
portrait
later.
really doesn't do him justice.
You know, if you and the light cone need a moment here, the rest of us can head out.
Love a handsome robot.
I guess this event will be the second time Screwlum's come up against Silverwolf's mischief then. Old enemies locking horns once again.
Ooh, guess it does kind of feel like a rematch.
I gotta mention that graffiti again. Anyone else feel like it'd make for a good tattoo? I feel like some of these characters could pull it off.
I don't think that feature's coming to Star Rail anytime soon.
Oh, what?
But I did hear
I
that
love-
the designs are collectible. The
Yeah.
Trailblazer can apply them to in-game surfaces and take photos with the artwork.
That's so cool.
Collecting the graffiti designs also allows you to unlock the limited 4-star light cone before the tutorial mission
I
starts.
hear this
Complete
light cone's
the
really
event
good
mission
on
to obtain
Soul
Always
Wolf.
Smiling, which can be exchanged in the event shop for limited light cone special superimposition material, as well as stellar jade.
So it's like a
That's another
guaranteed
good-looking
like
light
Superposition
cone.
5 light
Not to
cone
change the subject
for
or anything, but I gotta
Silverwolf,
ask,
which is really
Is
nice.
that Albert merch I'm seeing over there?
It looks so fluffy! I want one.
Not to mention it. Why don't I introduce you to the IPC's merchandise department? If you guys had your own merch, they'd be sold out in no time. Or maybe let's just get back to version 1.1
If it was
for now.
Capcom merch, it'll be sold
The
out like
story thus far,
in seconds.
Belobog has finally emerged from the Stellaron shadow, but there's a lot left to do.
I also
The
like
city
this like
is going through
post
changes.
like after we've
Any guy
explored
wanna
it
shed
where
some
like
I
the
heard a
worlds are
thing or
doing
two.
stuff.
Now that the underworld and overworld are reconnected, things are definitely heading in a better direction. One recent development, Belobog's History Museum is getting ready to reopen to the public.
Museum? I love museums. Aw,
Same.
Don't you wish you could take the exhibits home with you, though?
The only problem is exhibits are being stolen. Anything you'd like to tell us, Melissa?
Oh, wait a minute. I only just found out they had a museum. How could it have been me?
I didn't say it was you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Prime suspect. Anyway, in the Everwinter City Museum Ledger of Curiosities event, the Trailblazer
This-
must help Pela track down clues and recover the lost exhibits.
Okay.
I love a good whodunit.
Sounds great.
Well,
Oh.
that's not all. The Trailblazer can take on managerial responsibilities and help run the place.
Huh. So what does that involve exactly?
I'm glad you asked. The Trailblazer can do things like collect exhibits and enlist other individuals to improve the overall experience for visitors. After achieving specific operational goals, they can accumulate funds to expand the museum's exhibits and gradually unlock limited-time rewards, such as stellar jade,
This
lost
seems pretty
crystals,
simple.
and self-modeling resin.
Self-mod
sounds
rails
like
is a
fun.
big one.
I'm
That
sure it'll
is
be a
huge.
Piece of cake.
When the limited time event is
That means I have
over, the museum will
two.
remain as a mode within the game. Trailblazers can return to the museum at any time to check out the collection and catch up with colleagues.
Of course, if you encounter any issues during the running of the museum, please don't hesitate to get in touch with the IPC. Wait, we don't have the service. Gotta get ahead of myself.
Deep breath, Albert. Not everything is an IPC sales pitch.
Thanks, Don. This is what happens if you read commercials for a living.
No worries. Kinda did sound like a useful service. Maybe the IPC should look into it.
I'm sure our Trailblazers are more interested in the content of the new version. Let's get back
That's
on track.
2 events already,
All right.
which is
A
nice.
researcher from the space station found a combat simulation program of
Oh.
unknown origin called Stellar Flare, which contains a series of new challenge stages.
Huh? More challenges?
Every stage in Stellar Flare has a challenge theme and corresponding special mechanism. Trailblazers will have to think outside the box and use any advantages offered by the mechanisms to complete the stage in as few turns as possible.
Sounds like the Forgotten Hall to me.
The difference with Stellar Flare is that the special mechanisms might require completely new ways of thinking about combat. For example, in some stages, using your skill doesn't consume skill points. In others,
Oh.
damage dealt when breaking an enemy's toughness is increased, but the enemy's toughness will be immediately restored.
Huh, sounds pretty cool, but I'm sure Silverwolf will take care of it in one turn.
What if I haven't leveled up enough characters? Is it impossible for me to complete the challenge?
Don't worry.
Lucha's
To assist
only level up
Trailblazers in
Lucha.
completing the challenge,
And Welt.
every Stellar Flare stage has a trial character suited to the theme.
You don't say. I can get behind that.
The Garden of Plenty event. Recently, the cosmos has entered a turbulent cycle, and the calyxes are unusually active. The reality data contained within them has grown exponentially.
Huh, which means...
It means that over a fixed time period, Trailblazers have a set number of daily attempts to obtain double the rewards from calyxes.
That's really good.
Leveling up, here we come. The next event we're going to talk about is called Lab Assistance in Position.
Is that 5
Lynn
events
Schilling
now?
is a Department of Implement Arts researcher on Herta Space
I
Station.
mean, I guess I
which is
must have
currently
seen all
preparing
5 of
research
them, but
topics needed for the next quarter. However, the Antimatter Legion's invasion has messed up her progress. As a result, Wen Shiling has asked the Trailblazer to help her collect monster materials for use in her research topic.
Destroy
If the
them all.
Trailblazer collects and submits the experimental materials required on a given day, they can receive corresponding rewards.
I got a question, Dawn.
Fire away.
These are Space Station and Belobog events, right? Aren't there any events or missions on the Xianzhou Luofu?
You beat me to it.
Oh.
That's exactly what I was about to bring up. In version 1.1, 3 new companion missions are destined for the Xianzhou Luofu. These missions will involve Bailu, Yanqing, and Luocha. As for the specifics, I'm gonna keep that a secret for now.
okay, so
We
we're
can't
gonna
go
get new
spoiling all the
missions in
fun, can
Lucha.
we?
Not Little
Not even
Lucha,
one
Yanqing, and
detail?
Bailu. Okay,
Come on,
that's cool.
Don. Can you give us a little
I own one of
more?
those
We're on
characters.
the edge of
I
our
own
seats here.
Yanqing by like
yeah,
Spook.
come on, Don.
All right, all right. Do you guys remember the girl with the blindfold in the opening trailer? And now, young man, allow me to give you a dignified end.
I was wondering who she was.
Ooh,
Well, all I'll say is that she and the Xianzhou have a complicated past. And her appearance on the Xianzhou leads to a dramatic encounter with Cloud Knight Lieutenant Yin Qing. And that's all you're getting. Sorry! Surprises
Punk
are
lore
worth
mentality
waiting
is so
for.
gross.
I hate waiting.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm afraid that's all you're getting.
That's actually
However,
really
I
big,
do
right?
have a little info on some other updates. Interested?
Sure, I guess.
Well, if nobody's that interested, then I suppose I'll just.
Of course we're interested.
What, are you crazy?
Albert, you're interested, right? That's better, good boy.
Nicely done, Melissa. The check-in event Gift of Odyssey will also be arriving in version 1.1.
Oh my
For
god,
the length
again.
of this version,
Yes.
as long as Trailblazers log in for 7 days, they can acquire 10 Star Rail special passes.
Another 10
10
pull.
free warps? Nice.
Version 1.1 will also see some system updates. When Trailblazers need to obtain leveling materials that only a certain type of enemy can produce, they can instantly teleport to an area where the enemy is present, as well as pinpoint the precise location of the enemy on the map with a marker.
That's actually
Sounds
pretty
like a
cool.
real time saver.
Wait until you hear this. Once the enemy in question is defeated, the marker will automatically move to the location of the next enemy.
Oh, nice. This
After
is
all
like
marked enemies on a map have been defeated, Trailblazers can continue to pinpoint enemies on other maps. This process can be repeated until all daily respawn enemies of a certain type have been defeated.
that's actually very
Oh, that's a
useful.
lifesaver. I barely found my way to the studio today.
There's also a small combat surprise in store. During combat, trotters that have lost their way may randomly enter battle. As long as the trotter is defeated before it manages to flee, additional leveling materials can be obtained.
Enemy geolocation and additional material opportunities.
That's actually pretty
Devs,
good.
I owe you one.
Last but not least,
There's a-
in order to help
there's a
Trailblazers
achievement
stay
for
in
it.
touch, version 1.1 also has a friend chat function.
So you mean, aside from helping friends through support assist, we can send them messages too?
No one better message me on this.
Companions or new acquaintances.
Unless it's the
That's the
request for me.
spirit of trailblazing
Unless
right
it's a
there.
request for
Oh,
someone
hey,
to
Albert,
change
what's
out
your
Seala
account?
for
Let
someone
me
else
add
that they
you.
need.
What?
I need to add you. You can be my personal IPC customer service. What do you think?
Salu! Hey, don't get any ideas because I nearly made up a service that doesn't exist.
So you don't want to add me? Guess I'll just have to hack you.
Wait a minute. We can negotiate.
Yeah, I'm gonna need those account details too.
Count me in. Sorry to jump on the bandwagon here, Albert, but you're a celebrity anchor for the IPC. Everyone wants to be your friend.
Okay, so that's what Albert is.
Fine, but I'm switching my account the next chance I get. Time for the day's third redemption code.
Yeah, it seems like we're getting a lot of like stuff. DB7A 64BW8 LC7. Woo! We'll collect those later. Nice. I mean, you know what? Nope, not just pausing the stream randomly. 300 Stellar Jade for free. I always wonder why they give 100 each and not just 160 each. Just give us a free pull per. But like, yeah, that's just kind of like, I don't like, I understand it's like almost 2 pulls doing it this way, but like, it'd be nice if it was like an even number divided by 160, or if like they lowered the Stellar Jade requirements. But whatever. I guess like you grow complacent and you get used to it. But like it'd be good if it was like 2 full pulls instead. Like if they gave an extra 10 per at least. So it's like 110 Stellar Jade. And if you get it 3 times throughout the live stream, that's 2 pulls.
Well, time flies when you're having fun. Looks like our special program is.
Oh yeah, that is in.
Oh, darn.
But as the first guest on the program, you guys got any thoughts, reflections, complaints?
Oh, it's been an honor to be on the show, Albert. I gotta say, we covered a lot of ground. Now I'm even more excited for the updates. Fingers crossed I get Silverwolf.
Yeah, seriously, same.
Greg, how you feeling?
I feel like I've got more questions than I came in with. What new directions will Lacha take the story in? Who's stealing exhibits from the museum? And what about those companion missions?
Companion
Guess
missions would be
we'll have
cool.
to find out the answers in game.
I think it's interesting that
yeah.
we're getting a Silver Wolf companion mission. I
As for
guess.
me, well, I'm pleasantly surprised. I'd seen a lot of Yukong up to now, but this was the first time I got to understand her moves and role on the battlefield. She's so cool. I kind of want to be her. Then again, I guess I kind of am her.
Had to double check there for a second, huh? Well, that's it for the Honkai Star Rail version 1.1 special program.
All right, there
I
you
want
go.
to thank all you Trailblazers today for tuning in, and hey,
Yeah,
see you on the flip side.
See you in the game.
Bye. See you when I see ya.
everyone.
Later, guys.
You didn't think it was over, did you?
On 6/5. Oh, is that the release date of the Is that the release date? Is that the 1.1 release date? 6/5? That's actually really good. Also, like I love the YouTube recommended because it like shows very random videos, but like all ones I'm like, oh yeah, I've watched half of these already. What the heck? Anyway, going back to in game and let's get the thing up. I think overall like 1.1 looks really interesting because like it's gonna be very reward heavy, which I appreciate. Claim it all. It's all mine. Woo! How much of that do I need? I don't know. Oh, I mean, I almost have 2 10 pulls with that, so we're gonna have at least 3 10 pulls for Solo Wolf minimum. So that's gonna be good. Also, I don't know what this is. Oh, this is the highlights page.